Hey guys, so I am here with our medical assistant, Miss Sally Trujillo, and we are starting kind of a video series. We're going to call it Roundtable Talk, and we're just going to be exploring different kind of women's health and men's health, both issues. And so today Sally and I are just going to have a conversation really about hormone replacement therapy, which is something new that we just started. And so Sally's just I'm gonna ask some questions and she's gonna give some answers, and I hope that maybe it helps some of you who are watching this and maybe have some similar issues, and it'll give you some answers. So anyway, so here we go. So Sally, introduce yourself.
My name's Sally Trujillo, and I'm the medical assistant with Glenda Dallas and Stacy Chavez. I just come in whenever the girls need me, when we're doing a couple of procedures and learning a lot of new things, and we're super excited.
Yeah. So one of the things that Sally and I were kind of just talking about the other day is she recently had the EvexiPEL, which is the hormone replacement pellets that we're using here at the Medi Spa, and you hadn't had them for a while.
No, I hadn't since probably June.
Okay, so it had been a while. So for females, they last about 3 months, 3 to 4, right?
Yes.
So totally out of your system. Okay.
Yes, totally. Out
And so after you had been having them and then they wear off, kind of tell us what your experience is.
Oh man, mood swings were terrible. I was having hot flashes and night sweats. I was just totally miserable. So much like foggy brain, like really scattered brain. I just didn't feel like myself. I didn't feel good at all.
Right.
I felt totally exhausted even after walking, and I'd been trying to eat clean, and nothing was working for me, and I knew exactly what it was.
Right. Just needed
to have my hormones.
Needed to have your hormones. And so you had them, we put them in, and then how long did it take before you could
feel the difference? Oh
yeah.
Gosh. So I had them inserted on a Friday, and within a couple of days I noticed a major difference right away. I bet it was Saturday, I felt right away immediate relief from the fogginess that I had all the time going on.
Right.
By Sunday, I felt completely way better. My mood swings were gone. No more hot flashes. I was having some mild hot flashes during the day, but no night sweats.
Okay.
And so I felt an immediate difference, and I knew I would. My body's just so used to them.
Yeah, you just felt like you needed them. Right. So I think that one of the things that people like the brain fog thing.
It's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
Yes.
Right.
It really is.
So definitely starts happening with people as they, I don't know. I felt like, and I would say this is universal, like 40 hits.
40 hits. And so if you've had, for me personally, I felt that right after I had my complete hysterectomy. And so if you're not using something, it hits you like overnight.
Right.
And it doesn't go away, and if you're not taking care of yourself. Right. It just increases and gets worse.
Right. Yeah.
It really does.
Absolutely. So, I think that that's something that probably maybe isn't talked about enough, in the whole pellet world. A lot of times or what I hear from people, first thing is, of course, libido. I feel like that's the thing that people talk about the most, and I think that, it is there and it can be a perk, but the brain thing is a big deal.
It really is.
Yeah, and sleep. So let's talk about sleeping.
Oh gosh, I was miserable. I was having I could not sleep through the whole night.
Right.
I was miserable, and the worst pain that I was feeling was I had a lot of aches in my joints and my bones, and I was just like, something's wrong, something's not right, but it was just because my body stopped producing the natural hormone, and so without it, you start deteriorating really fast.
And so that's another really amazing thing that the pellets actually it's a big deal,
It
right?
really is.
So you go to bed, you're, and a lot of times you don't even notice. I think and this is just the way America is as a whole. Like everybody's so busy. Like you're up,
Exactly.
you're doing, you're going here and you're going there, and I think that sometimes people just don't even realize like how achy they are, right? And
Yes,
then
you
lay down.
You lay down and just try to go to sleep or whatever, and all I do is toss and turn, and
Yeah.
I'm rubbing
then,
a knee or an elbow, and it's terrible.
Right.
It's just terrible.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a big deal. So already sleeping better.
Already, definitely sleeping better. The aches have already come down to minimal.
Okay. From where you
and
were.
I feel like my old self.
Good.
I've got energy. Even if I go to sleep totally wiped out right now because life's a little crazy for me right now, but I can definitely tell you if I lay down and my head hits the pillow.
Right.
Sometimes I've been falling asleep before my husband, as unbelievable as that.
Oh yeah, and that never happens. Okay. Yeah. So excellent. Yes. Right. So just feel better.
It's total life changing for me.
For me too. I mean, I've been doing.
It really is.
Yeah, for me, I've been doing. I've had the pellets since I was, 40-ish, maybe a little over, and so unlike you, where you had the hysterectomy, I didn't. So I was still having my menstrual cycle and stuff. But at first I kind of just did it as a trial.
Right.
But the big thing for me was honestly sleep and joints, like. My knees didn't hurt whenever I was trying to exercise. I'm an exerciser, so it was my knees. And whenever I get close to the end, and I'm working out, oh yeah, you do definitely for sure feel it. Yeah. So so anyway, that's kind of just a couple of things that we feel like the pellets really, really do well. There's probably lots of questions like who are the pellets safe for? How much do they cost? What do you have to do to get them and that sort of thing? And for the pellets to answer all of those questions, you really do have to call. You got to call and kind of talk to somebody. Blood work is required. You have to see one of our NPs. But insertion with the EvexiPEL,
you don't even feel it. It's a breeze.
Yeah. Not even sore, right? Barely. I mean, barely at all. So just not a big deal.
They're really not.
No, not a big deal to get. Definitely worth having. And so, Sally, thanks for sharing.
But one thing I do want to tell you is, it's really important when you do your pellets that, for me, it's been a life changer anyway. But the supplements that come along with it, they're a must. A lot of people probably think...
Thanks for reminding us to talk about that.
You have because they definitely go hand in hand.
And that is, and I know we talked about this the other day, probably whenever I went to the training, it was hands down the biggest thing. It was the biggest revelation I had while I was there, because they spent a whole section talking about the nutraceuticals, which is the vitamin line. And I'll be honest, whenever I started getting pellets and they were like, here's the vitamin you need to take, I was like, why do I need to take it? And they were like, it goes hand in hand. And I was like, and I never took it. I never did.
And there's a lot of people that, unfortunately, it is that way. They just think they're pricey, but you know what? What they bring to your body is so natural, without any side effects, and the way they make you feel. Yeah.
It is. It's a really big deal, right? So number one big deal is taking your supplements. Taking your supplements. I literally had no idea that if you're getting testosterone, especially if you're a male, you pretty much have to take DIM. DIM is the vitamin that helps your body suppress estrogen so that your free testosterone count becomes more active, and that's what makes all of your stuff feel good, makes you sleep, all of this stuff. I had no idea, guys, about how advanced the nutraceuticals are and all of the really great stuff that it does. So I feel like I mean, I'm gonna brag on us a little bit. I feel like at the MediSpa, that's kind of something that we've spent a lot of time researching and looking at, and maybe something that we can help people with. Especially, I know when after people have been having the pellets for a long time, I've heard lots of people say, I just don't feel like it's doing any good anymore.
Right.
And after going to the training and going through that class and having the book and reading about this stuff, I mean, the number one question that people need to be asked is, are you taking
your supplements?
Yeah, are you taking your supplements?
Because if you're not feeling any better, they're a game changer. They are a game changer. If you're not taking them hand in hand, you're not going to feel like your old self. And then the best part of all is I'm a total believer in I don't like the side effects of nothing. And so these being all natural, hands down.
Yeah, right. It's easy to take. Yeah, so since I've learned so much, I have started taking my supplements, and it's a pretty big deal. Pretty significant. It's a pretty significant difference, and just so y'all know, I do not like taking vitamins. So this was it was something that I really had to make myself do. Like, I don't like swallowing pills, and so I have to like break my capsules open, put it in a shot of OJ. I mean, yeah, like seriously.
Whatever works.
Yeah, right. Whatever works as long as you take them. So thanks for reminding us about that.
My pleasure.
Yeah, and so we hope you guys come and see us.
Look forward to meeting you soon. Okay, si tienen preguntas, se habla español. Estamos aquí para ayudarles. Si tienen sus preguntas, si están sintiendo síntomas de todas las cosas que hemos platicado, vengan a vernos aquí al MediSpa Body Shop y con gusto los vamos a atender. Gracias. Ojalá y nos vemos pronto.